In Australia, 2008, a house party in Victoria's Narre Warren was thrown that caught the eye of international media.
I know what this is.
It was an open invitation via MySpace at his family home while his parents were away. Over 500 people turned up, which turned into a riot. This is the story of the man who has been dubbed Party Boy Corey Worthington. No. This is going to be a bit of a shorter one today, G, but I think one worth covering. Corey, the Party Boy Worthington, has been burnt into the minds of Australians from the early 2000s.
Sorry to interrupt so early, but didn't he have another name? Like he when it first came out, it was a different name, and then it was Corey Worthington.
Oh, right. Well, it might make sense from his parents' name. Maybe that is, yeah.
Or he used a different name on MySpace or something, or
it was right.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
He was the guy who threw a party while his parents were away that got seriously out of hand. He's said to have been possibly inspired the fictional film Project X. And has had quite a number of iconic moments on television. Have you got it?
Yes. So his stepfather's surname was Delaney.
Delaney, yep.
So they first started calling him, in the media, they were calling him Corey Delaney. But then they just
they changed it to work. Right.
Yeah. Yes. I remember that. Corey Delaney. I remember that so clearly.
Yeah, right. That's so interesting. It wasn't the party so much itself that garnered the attention, but his attitude to the media afterwards.
Oh, you wonder why I've got a problem with him?
They refused, the way he refused to apologise, his now famous yellow sunglasses, his open jacket showing off his bare chest, and, as I hope most Australians will remember, formerly and currently disgraced disc jockey Carl Sandilands trying to remove his sunglasses during an interview to show some respect. I love saying currently and formerly disgraced Carl Sandilands because he's always disgraced. Like Jack from the viral clip, A Succulent Chinese Meal, ray gun ruining an entire Olympic event, Corey Worthington is a part of Australian television history and a cultural moment that is still referenced today. Australia has a well-documented history of iconic television moments.
We really do.
That make the rest of the world say, what's wrong with that place?
Oh,
Bob Catter's Let 1,000 Blossoms Bloom, Trent from Punchy, Chick Chick Boom, former tracksuit-loving Prime Minister John Howard attempting to play cricket, former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison tackling a child, former...
How many of these are there? Former
Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison shaking someone's fist in the bushfires.
Because he wouldn't shake his hand.
Former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison interacting with people of the bushfires. Former Prime Minister Julia Gillard's misogyny speech. Former Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard tripping over. Former Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott eating an onion.
I was at that press conference.
Former Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott nodding for what felt like an eternity instead of answering a simple question. And, of course, Egg Boy. Will Connolly, who threw an egg, a Conservative politician, an egg-looking man himself, Fraser Anning. We consistently show on the world stage that we are a bit of Kath and Kim.
Yeah, we are. We're a bit weird, aren't we?
We are a bit weird, but that's okay.
That's all right.
If you say to anyone who grew up in Australia around this time, who is Corey Worthington, you would get a puzzled look on your face and you will get an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In January 2008, Joanne and Stephen Delaney left their 16-year-old son Corey to look after the house. Instead of just being a goody two-shoes and chillaxing, Corey decided to throw a party with his mates. Now, before Facebook, there was MySpace. Corey put it out publicly, an invite where everyone was welcome.
I don't remember MySpace being used as like
as a party invite place. I don't know either. I think it was just probably a status, I reckon, rather than an invite.
Yeah, true. Maybe we just weren't cool enough to have friends who were invited to things.
You would have been my top friends.
Oh, thank you. You would have been in mine.
Thank you so much. It read, parents away, tell your mates you don't want to miss it. It will be huge. It spread like wildfire, and kids were soon on their way from everywhere across Narre Warren.
Can I just say as well, Narre Warren is colloquially known as Nazawazza.
Nazawazza.
Which is even more Australian
Even more
than anything
Australian.
you've said
That's
so
right.
far.
Hundreds of kids turned up and swarmed this suburban street, yelling and causing mayhem. For international listeners, Narre Warren is a suburb in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, 38 kilometres southeast of Melbourne's central business district.
What's the acronym for that?
CBD, baby.
Oh, wow.
Located within the City of Casey local government area. Narre Warren, fucking hell, I can't even say myself. Nazawazza recorded a population of 27,689 at the 2021 census.
I feel like that's a lot.
I feel like it's a lot.
For one suburb.
Bigger than I thought it was.
Whoa.
It is also the home of Fountain Gate, who fans of Kath and Kim might know as Fountain Lakes.
It's a Westfield shopping centre that, Kath and Kim
take the piss out of.
very unsubtly take the piss out of.
At the party, police soon realised they were outnumbered. Dogs were called in, a helicopter, and the whole street was completely taken over. Helicopter. It was huge. It was under control after a few hours, but the damage had already been done. Corey's parents were informed and were absolutely disgusted by what he had done. Neighbours were furious, and there was much public outcry.
Because it was all like the whole street was just
completely
strewn,
taken over. Yeah.
And like lots of damage to cars and homes and stuff.
So
That's
much.
why it was
awful.
It wasn't just like noise complaints.
No. Now, police tried to arrest Corey, but this is what I could find online about the event from Sydney Morning Herald. The mother of wild party boy Corey Worthington has been fined for trying to prevent police arresting her son at their family home.
Uh-oh.
Joanne Delaney attempted to prevent her son's arrest weeks after a righteous house party of 500 drunk teenagers in January, a court has heard. Miss Delaney, 500 kids in that's huge on a suburban street. Miss Delaney was placed on good behaviour bond and fined $500 for pushing a police officer in the chest. When police knocked on the door of the Narre Warren home on February 6, Miss Delaney, 44, was resting in bed suffering from a migraine. Her lawyer, Fiona Todd, told the Dandenong Magistrates Court. Her house had been destroyed by the party. Corey was charged, but being a minor, they were not made available to the public. Corey ran away for a little bit to let his parents calm down.
Oh, that'll help them calm down, disappearing.
For a bit. He decided to give an interview to A Current Affair.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And I will play this because it's absolutely fantastic. The reporter asked the question, "What were you thinking?" Corey responds...
Hang on, you have to say what he looks like in this interview.
Well, yeah. So from the start, I said he's got big yellow sunglasses. He's got an open jacket, like a jacket, not a top. And it's just completely open so it shows his bare chest. He's got a cap on.
Really, doesn't he have real bleached kind of spiky hair? From what I can remember. He just looks like an absolute little turd.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. The reporter asks the question, "What were you thinking?" Corey responds, "I wasn't really." They ask if his parents said he could have a party, and Corey replies no. He just wanted to have a good get-together with a few of his friends, and it all got out of hand. He also says in the interview that every time his parents try to call him, he doesn't answer. He gives a pretty mediocre sorry in the interview and says that he can't take the blame for everything that happened. It all just transpired in the street. He says that he offered to say sorry to the police. This is where he is asked to take his glasses off and refused to.
It's embarrassing.
It is
up to this,
embarrassing, yeah.
even up to this point, because the way you're saying it, because you speak so beautifully, you're
Thank
like,
you for saying
he
that.
said, he said a kind of okay sorry. He said, no, I didn't ask my parents. I just want a few friends. But he's been a little shit. He's got stupid sunglasses on. He's like, no, didn't ask my parents.
Yeah.
Like kind of, what, he's not being like, I did something wrong. I'm
No,
really
he's not
sorry."
admitting to
and,
fault.
And is it Layla McKinnon who did the
I think
interview?
so. Yeah.
It was. She's getting more and more agitated by this just little like turd kid just being a little turd on TV. And she's getting really agitated by this point.
And the reprimanding is really ridiculous because like take your sunglasses off. It's like don't say that.
Really
but yeah, he's embarrassing. He's asked to take off his glasses again, but doesn't, which kind of becomes the focal point of the interview. He says his glasses are famous.
Ugh.
The journalist then asks the question, what would you say if a kid tried to do the same thing? And he says, get me to do it for you. He says it's the best party ever so far. I just love that. It's the best party ever so far.
Oh.
The interviewer then says, I suggest you go and take a good hard look at yourself, which I don't know if it is Australian, but it's burnt in my mind. It's such an Australian phrase to go and take a good hard look at yourself. My dad used to say that. He absolutely did. My mum said it. Dad would never.
No way your dad would have said that.
And Corey says, I have. Everyone has. They love it.
Oh, yuck, I hate this kid.
The interview went absolutely viral. Yep. A game soon came out called Slap Corey, where you could slap some sense into him with a giant hand.
Oh my God, I do not remember that.
It played over 1 million times. Sorry, it was played over 1 million times. Corey soon signed up with publicist Max Markson.
Oh, of course he did. Can you please give our international listeners some
I don't
context?
want to. I love him. He's one of my favourite people in the world because I love him so much. Max Markson is a dodgy car salesman who is also an agent, a publicist to the stars. But he doesn't represent anyone that you're like, oh, wow. It's always like just but he's always on a current affair or any sort of TV show defending one of his clients.
Yeah, and he always like signs on people like this.
Oh,
it's
of course he does.
They've just gone viral in the moment. Other people are going, oh, this person is no good. And Max Markson swoops in and is like, yep, I'll sign you.
I love it. Have you met him?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. Have you?
No, I would love to.
Oh, the way you asked, I was like, oh, you want to tell a story about it?
My best friend. With publicist Max Markson, who is my absolute favourite publicist and manager on the planet. Max Markson is the owner of Markson Sparks, a business that publicises and manages several 15-minute Hall of Famers. I love him for all the wrong reasons. He is the first to be interviewed if he has any involvement in anything that's happening. And from a current affair growing up, he was a constant fixture. Namely now, he looks after Warwick Capper, who I'll do an episode on at some point, a Thursday treat, and still has Rudy Giuliani as a headline name that he's brought out to Australia on his website today.
What?
I wish I was making that up.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Corey was booked to host parties, DJ sets. Corey could appear at your event. He was in an altercation at one of these parties that went viral on YouTube, but was then said to have been a publicity stunt.
Oh, Marks and Sparks got in there.
Marks and Sparks would love that. In 2008, do you know what I'm going to say? What did Corey do in 2008?
What year was the party?
Early 2000s.
Oh, I thought you said
What did Corey do? What did Corey do in 2008?
I don't know.
Corey entered the Big Brother house.
Big Brother fucking house. I forgot about that.
On day 7 with a woman called Terry who idolised Pauline Hanson. If you don't know international listeners, you do not need to know who Pauline Hanson is, but she is a politician that was very famous in Australia for a while as someone who was called xenophobic. And she's
still a politician that's known as xenophobic.
Yeah, but she was part of a party called One Nation. She's still a part of that. Yeah, and it's quite bigoted views from Pauline Hanson. Anything else you want to add about Pauline Hanson?
Nope.
This year, a Big Brother was also the change of hosts. Kyle Sandilands and Jackie O, formerly disgraced and currently disgraced Kyle Sandilands, took over as hosts from the far superior icon that is Gretel Killeen.
You love Gretel Killeen.
She's a gay icon
this
and just
such
an icon
Aussie
in general.
episode.
And Carson Kressley, or as I call him, American Joel Creasy, from the original Queer Eye for a Straight Guy, it was called then.
Wait, Carson Kressley was on Australian Big Brother.
He cameoed in the house, and so too did Pamela Anderson, who came into the house for a time. Corey ended up leaving on day 19. He was only 17 years old.
He was only 19. This is the most Australian episode of all time.
2 weeks after he got out of the house, police raided his home. He had a curfew for a year that he had to be home at 6 p.m. that whole time and spent 6 months in juvenile detention.
Wait, what for?
So for the party, he had to be at home at all times at 6 p.m. and he breached his curfew.
By going into the Big Brother house?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I do not remember this detail of it at all.
All of the money he had made from Big Brother was spent on lawyers. I'm pretty much done. Corey said that he went on to change everyone's opinion of him, but it didn't really. It continued to damage his image further. Corey later turned his negative press around when he started a 2015 Father's Day campaign saying 75% of Australians admit to doing something wrong by their dad.
Oh, that's clever.
In the same year, Corey got married. In 2018, he took part in Ninja Warrior on Channel 9.
Yes, that's right.
Still sporting his signature yellow sunglasses. He was disqualified pretty early on. He said in an interview that he later tried to live up to his party boy reputation. He said he owned it as much as possible, getting a tattoo, not sorry, on his fingers.
Oh my
He starred in a couple of commercials making fun of his past infamy, saying to protect your home in the insurance commercial.
Yeah, again, clever. That's good.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
In 2020, Machine Gun Kelly declared his favourite Australian icon was Corey.
Okay, what?
For which...
Yuck, I hate everything about that sentence.
For some reason, made news on a very slow news day. He was asked what content he loved. He said it was still the homie with the sunglasses. Corey didn't stay out of hot water forever. He assaulted a man riding a disability scooter.
What?
He went to talk to someone about an incident involving his partner being assaulted. He knocked on the door, pushed past, and injured the person. The man on the mobility scooter, Pete, had escaped riding away on his mobility scooter. Corey punched him in the face for assaulting his girlfriend. Magistrate John Bentley said you can't just attack people.
Correct.
He said Corey would benefit from anger management. Corey has since appeared on several podcasts, now lives in Geelong doing labouring work, has a child with his partner, occasionally does events, and has been approached by streaming services to make a documentary about him.
No.
Or ask him to guest on various reality TV shows, but he says he's not interested anymore. I listened to an interview with Corey on a podcast called Danny Rants, published in 2024, with an old promoter friend from Narre Warren who talks with him about an upcoming plans, and that Corey went with Max Markson instead of him to help promote him at the time. So the one that got away, I guess. Asked why he thinks that police continually went after him years after the fact, Corey says, I think it was because I didn't take off the sunglasses. As a quick aside to today's story, I highly recommend watching the Corey Worthington interview and a series on Netflix called A Trainwreck that has a similar party but much bigger to Corey's in Netherlands that just got out of hand. The Netherlands, I should say, that just got out of hand. G-Love, that is a story of Corey Worthington.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so Australian. It's so everything. You just said it's
I wanted
so
to bring
Aussie.
everyone the most Australian story ever apart from
absolutely.
Democracy Manifest, which is the second most.
Yes, but then somehow in that, like,
he's quite
there was,
British in that, his voice. Yeah,
and we brought in Kyle and Jackie O, Gretel Colleen, Tony Abbott, ScoMo.
Yeah.
That was very Aussie. So I hope our international listeners thought that was wild and weird because so do we.
And a quick episode today, but also, G-Love, I'm not going to let you get away with something that you said at the start, and I didn't want to bring it up now because I didn't want to derail the story too far. But I do want to say to you right now, G-Love, you were at the press conference with Fraser Anning?
No, with Tony Abbott eating the onion.
Oh, so sorry. Okay.
I knew. You were rushing through everything. I was like, he's thinking about something else. It was that.
What was that?
The eating the onion was in Tassie when I was a reporter in Tassie.
Oh, my God.
I was there.
Can you describe this for international listeners?
Yes. So our Prime Minister at the time was a very strange man called Tony Abbott. And by strange, I mean I mean, there's many reasons one could call him strange, but I mean in a completely unbiased way, he comes across like a robot or a
kind of like the lizard from is it Randall from Monsters Inc? He's kind of like that, the eyes and everything. He's very odd.
And he says and does things that I don't think there's been anyone else in the world that I've really genuinely had moments where I've truly thought, if someone told me he's not human, I'd believe them.
Yeah.
And this is one of those moments.
Yes. Yeah.
When he was at a farm in Tassie.
Was it a farm, was it?
Yeah, that's why there was an onion there. So there were onions.
Yeah.
Like he's touring the farm and all the media's following him.
Onion.
And he picks up an onion and he looks at it, and with all of the television cameras on him, he takes a bite straight out of the onion as if it were an apple.
It is so strange.
It's like he did that at the time, realised that was weird, but I think doesn't have a sense of humour or is an alien or a robot.
Yeah, he's one of them.
So couldn't taste it, and so just chewed it once again
so
as if it were an apple.
It's so funny.
It's so bizarre. It's so
bizarre. You got to look
bizarre.
this up. What was the explanation after that? Was it anything? Did he say that he ate onions often?
I think so. I don't remember the fallout from it. I think he just said like, oh, it's, you know, it's good. It's great. Like he was like, funny. I was at this farm, so I wanted to support their produce.
That's so funny. Oh my God. And you know, look, in terms of like Corey Worthington, I just kind of go, it is such a fascinating story because I think he was an absolute twerp. And
twerp,
you know,
what a great word. We're so old.
Twerp. But I think he was an absolute twerp. But I do kind of go at the same time. Like, I think for people to go, take your sunglasses off.
It was embarrassing.
It was
the interview was embarrassing.
Everything about it was embarrassing. But he was such a pest. And like, you know, I don't know now if he's sorry about what he did at all. Like, I don't actually know about all of that. But, you know, he shouldn't be apologising to us. But it is just he behaved in a bad way.
And the thing, it's like stupid to have him on. Don't have him on a current affairs. Especially don't have him on live. Don't have him on bloody Celebrity Big Brother. I just, I don't know. I'm so, like I said this before when we did the Democracy Manifest episode. I don't like these uber viral clips when the people from them then get this fame and get like moments on TV and celebrity appearance and stuff. I can't explain to you why, but that makes me so angry when that happens.
I'll tell you who does.
Who?
Max Markson from Marks and Sparks.
Oh, he loves.
You got to look up a picture of Max Markson from Marks and Sparks.
He's exactly what
I
you're
reckon. As you know, I do the thumbnail, so I'll put a picture of Corey Worthington. Next slide,
and
Max
also
Markson
Max
from Marks and Sparks. Because he's such a fuck.
He's such a fuck.
He's such a fuck. Because I love him so much. Because he's someone that even as a kid, like growing up in Phillip Island, every time he'd pop up, I go, "Who is that car salesman?" Like, because he's such a funny image to look at Max Markson from Marks and Sparks. I feel like Max Markson from Marks and Sparks also looked after, what was the model's name who was, where the bloody hell are ya?
Lara Bingle.
I think he looked after Lara Bingle for a time.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Who also had one of the greatest reality TV shows of all time. I think it was called Being Bingle or something.
Yeah, it was like about her life.
One of the worst TV shows of all time.
It was kind of in the
days.
Features
her mum.
It was kind
quite
of
heavily.
It was kind of in the
sorry
days.
We're on Zoom. I'm sorry.
You're so annoying. I'm not going to tell you pushed up your beanie in a funny way with your headphones before and you've looked a bit silly ever since. Oh, don't do that sad face. That was meant to be funny. What? You look beautiful. Oh, no, don't. James. You look beautiful. You look really beautiful and I love your beanie.
Thank you for saying that.
You just pushed up even more though. I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying something about Lara Bingle's TV show. A bit like what?
Oh, yeah. It was kind of in the era of, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, they were trying
and
to
the
be
Newlyweds
that.
with Nick Lachey and
shit.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
They were trying to be that. Just Australian reality TV shows where you just followed around a semi-famous person, Australia's shocking with tall poppy syndrome anyway.
Oh my
so that
God.
was never going to work.
Hey, thank you everyone for listening this week. We bloody love ya. Please, no. Leave us a 5-star rating, 5-star review. We'll read it out on the podcast. Leave us a voicemail, as we call it, a speak pipe. All of the links are in the show notes below. Leave me an email, sammy@justanothercompany.com.au. We bloody love hearing from you.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Not Another Crime Podcast, and you can watch the show on YouTube. And you can see Sammy's funny beanie.
Come on, and Diggs, he's having the best time right now, scritching and scratching himself.
Scritching and scratch.
Scritching and scratch. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you.
Scritchity scratch. Don't come back. No, do come back. Please listen next week.
Yeah. And watch us on YouTube as well. Bye.
Bye.